for all my peeps over here who are parents and are dads. Congratulations for your day. I hope you're having a great time with your family and children. And if you're apart, I'm sure that they're sending and giving you love from the phone, FaceTime, whatever it is. Unfortunately, I lost my dad almost a month ago on the 22nd. I think it's going to be a month. Yes. And although in Brazil we celebrate Father's Day in August, I still have him in my heart. So if you have your dad, go ahead and spend time with your dad. My relationship with my father was a little complicated from a family. I had a good relationship with him, but it's complicated. That's not the intent of this video here, is to talk about me and my father, but just to say, hey, love your dad, spend time with your dad, because you only have one. Whatever the relationship you have, it's the best one you have. So make the best out of it. We as adults have a lot of power to make this relationship great, and I did my best to do that as well. So all the fathers, happy Father's Day. Now I want to share with you about my little challenge that is coming up. Starts on Monday, tomorrow at 5 p.m. the 4x4x48. Have you heard about David Goggins? You might have. I've been following this guy at least since 2018 or 19, and in 2020, April 2020, we're a month and some change into COVID, and I was bored, and I said, let me see what this guy is doing it. And I saw that he does up here, about a couple months ago, and she says, Maria, I love that you did this challenge. I saw that, I would love to do it. And I says, well, let's do it. So we put a date together, and we're gonna start tomorrow. So what the hell is this 4x4x48? It's you run 4 miles every 4 hours for 48 hours. So technically you run 48 miles in 48 hours. Basically that's what it is. You do 12 rounds of 4 hours run. There is alterations to this challenge, right? Some people do a walk, do rowing, do whatever, but the original challenge is run 4 miles every 4 hours for 48 hours. So yes, technically you take naps in between, and the whole challenge is about, as much as David Goggins is, as an ex-Navy SEAL, kind of a really mind-oriented guy, is to challenge your mind. So you get yourself outside the comfort zone. So it's definitely something, outside the comfort zone of most people, including was for me. Now, actually for me, it wasn't as much as a mind problem, because I was listening to podcasts, I was listening to books, so I was keeping my mind while I was running quite entertained, I guess, with knowledge, information, intrigue kind of stuff, mostly education perspective, kind of material. So that wasn't as much of a mind problem for me. But the physical, it was, it gets a little overwhelming. But I didn't have any hip pains. I didn't have any knee pains, which I was concerned. And I think I attributed that to my process. And I'll share with you a little bit of my process here that I did. Actually, I'll share what didn't go well, I guess. What it didn't go well for me is one of these breaks, I decided to eat a salad. Please don't do that. Again, I'm not a runner that with a background on marathons or anything like that. So it's not like I dove into what to eat, not what to eat. But I did know that, from my wellness perspective, you don't eat heavy. But I thought that a little bit of a salad would be okay. No, it's not. There is not enough time for your body to digest that while you put, your body to work again. So none of that anymore. The other mistake I made is during the breaks, for the most part, I was very focused on resting, my legs not standing up too much and all that. But one of the breaks, actually, I did I kind of run the 4 miles, and I went to a place, and I was walking back and forth, for the next 3 hours, came back home, and I run, and that was strenuous. That was really the wrong decision, but I didn't know it. It's about learning about the body, so I went to a fatigue state, but I was able to recover before the end. So by the time it ended, the 48 hours, I was back into feeling decent, enough. So those are a couple mistakes that I made. Things that I did well, and I think that kept my body in check, was I was spending 10 to 15 minutes stretching beforehand. I was using a foam roller, a lacrosse ball, and normal stretches for the hips and back and things like that. So that was critical, definitely to continue. I need to continue to do that, and I will continue to do that. Now this time around, well, obviously I'm 3 years older, and I'm 48 now, so the body's, a little more used, and it's so good, but at the same time, my fitness level is great. I exercise 4 to 5 times a week. I feel great. So I hope that it's going to be okay. I feel excited about the challenge. I know it sounds like ridiculous, but I feel excited about it because I feel like I'm more equipped. In 2020, I just said, I'm going to go, and I went. I didn't have much running except for, small amounts here and there during my CrossFit workouts. But now I have been running more frequently since that challenge actually put me into the mode of, let's go in for a run. And a 3 mile, 4 mile, it's not a big deal after that challenge. It's kind of amazing how we change perspectives by experience, right? So anyway, there's a few things that I'm going to incorporate to this challenge this time. And I'm going to share with you because maybe, in the future want to consider something like that, or maybe you want to run a little bit more and things like that. So anyway, first is I'm incorporating, more electrolytes. I've been drinking this electrolyte for quite some time now, and this is going to be integral to this process this time, which at the time wasn't. I'm also incorporating essential amino acids. I've been drinking essential amino acids, this brand, for quite some time. It's called Keon. I like the brand, I trust the brand, and this is essential amino acids, which basically, is broken down protein, and essential amino acids, it implies that we need to get it from food. But since I'm not going to be eating heavy meals and things like that, I'll still need the energy. So the essential amino acids is a boost to energies, is the amino acids broken down in a liquid form. This is powder, put into 16 ounces of water, and you drink that. That would replenish alongside with the electrolytes. The other thing that I'm doing, I'm going to keep this nutrition fairly liquid. And my main go-to will be this protein powder, and is ultra healthy. There is no junk to it, and has about, it's 240 calories. It's not about the calories, but it's really the ingredients, all organic ingredients. There is no junk, and has 4 grams of saturated fat, has 18 grams of net carbs, and 25 grams of protein. And is well balanced. Is 100% plant-based, has omega-3 fatty acids, antioxidants, adaptogens, lots of greens, lots of vitamins and minerals. So I'm going to keep my diet probably fairly liquid and with that. And I have other brands of collagen and other protein powders that I'll use. So also what I'm incorporating to this, which was not part of last time, is cold plunges. I started experimenting with cold showers in 2018, and if you know me a little bit, I absolutely hate cold, and hate now is not so much of a word because I kind of learned to appreciate. There is a lot of science. You probably have heard some of this and that. I'm not going to get into the details of science over here on the cold plunges, but so I bought myself a device, it's called the Chili Pod. I have not taken out of the the bag yet. I got recently, but instead of using this, which you kind of can search online and learn more about it, I'm actually going to use the tub in the shower to put ice in there and plunge myself after the runs into the cold. So that's going to keep my muscles, you know, from soring less, or reduce soreness, I guess I want to say that, and kind of recover a little better. So there is a few things that I'm adding to this 4x4x48 that I feel like I'm excited to test it out and see how much change or how much better I feel and so on. So hey, if you have any questions, I'll probably put some pictures and all that kind of stuff over here. I'm sharing is not to get likes or be probe about it or how crazy it is. Like, hey, everyone has their journey. I feel like actually this challenge, although I planned it with my friend over a month ago, longer than a month ago, it's coming to a perfect time. A lot of things have happened in my personal life since May, some good and some not so good, like the death of my father. But now having this, I think that it's really it's going to challenge me and challenge my body again. And I'm a person who thrives on that. And when you do certain challenges like this that is physically oriented, it kind of, for me and for a lot of individuals, I focus entirely on my body. There is nothing else. So I basically close my calendar for 48 hours. My last client is on Monday. I think it ends at 2 o'clock. And after that, I'm shutting it down. I'm not seeing any clients and attending to anything that is critical until Thursday morning, which my calls start at 8 a.m. with my clients. So, during this time is all about the body, about mindfulness, is about learning, what is going on, how am I feeling, is about taking care, getting rest, and using my foam roller, using my, lacrosse ball to get the fascia going and ready, stretching. It is kind of an experience, it's a neat experience of between you and your body. And for some, there is a stretch of the mind. And yes, I'm not going to say that I didn't go through that part. So I'm like, oh my God, I'm tired, how I stay going, there is parts of that first time that happened. For the majority of the time it didn't, but it might be something for you. So those are great times for us to reflect on about our life and, where we want to go with it, something that is going to stretch our abilities and so on. I'm going to do a disclaimer over here. So if you're a couch potato, you're not going to be doing something like this, right? If you don't exercise on a frequent basis, I would never recommend this. Yet, somebody can do a challenge like that, challenge yourself, but in a very different way. You can say, hey, if you're not walking much, you can transform this challenge. Okay, every 4 hours, I'm going to go for 1 mile jog, or for every 4 hours, I'm going to go for a 1 mile walk. Maybe you want to put rowing involved, which I actually thought about doing this challenge maybe next time, just rowing, And so there is multiple ways. The idea here is to get yourself outside your comfort zone, push yourself, in a different, physically and also mentally and emotionally, because it often does. And let me tell you, I really kind of enjoyed, I felt really great for this achievement 3 years ago, and I'm kind of looking forward to this tomorrow. And so anyway, if you have any questions, if you ever crossed your mind, or if you ever done anything like this, please let me know. Let me know how it went for you. And, if you want my feedback, if there's something that you want to learn more about it, hey, I'm totally cool to share my experiences in the past, and I'll share the experiences that are going to start happening tomorrow. So anyway, have a wonderful day, and and have a great rest of Father's Day for my dads out there, and have a great week, okay? Talk to you guys soon. Bye.